It takes paper, people, and time to find answers. Part of the ongoing gun control debate includes having more government oversight over who is buying guns. But as it stands today, there's not a lot of data on gun ownership in America. And that void of information is exactly how Congress wants it. There's no computer system for police to turn to get instant information. Charles Hauser is the man in charge of the ATF facility where gun records are processed from outdated paper filing cabinets.
My name is Charles Hauser. I'm a special agent with ATF, and this is ATF's National Tracing Center here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. In essence, this is a factory for the production of investigative leads. We trace firearms for federal, state, and local law enforcement. Where a law enforcement agency recovers a gun at a crime scene, they can submit a trace request in order for us to determine who the purchaser of that firearm was. Most of it is simply searching through paper records like this, and paper records like you may see back here, searching through microfilm and historic records, and calling dealers and manufacturers and wholesalers on the telephone at a pace of about 1,400 trace requests per day. The process can be awkward and appears awkward, but some of the controls are for pretty good reason in order to prevent the federal government from creating either deliberately or even inadvertently a registration system of firearms. How do we know where the firearms trafficking routes are and where the sources of illegal crime guns are and where the markets are for crime guns? The only way we know that is because other law enforcement agencies trace those firearms. 90% of the time I can give you a purchaser. 90% of the time I can give you at least one investigative lead. Many of those times I can give you more than one investigative lead on the same gun. So is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. It is for me.
A 1968 overhaul of federal gun laws required licensed dealers to keep paper records of who buys what guns and gave ATF the authority to track the history of a gun if it were used in a crime. But since then, the National Rifle Association and other gun rights advocacy groups have successfully lobbied Congress to limit the government's ability to do much with what little information is collected, including keeping track on computers.